Hello class, in this tutorial I'm going to show you what we need to do for problem 13.6. This is a simple linear regression that we need to perform here. Now a couple things you should need to know about regression analysis in Excel. It is particularly helpful, and we have to use the moving data file. It's helpful, at least for me, to label what your X and Y variables are. Because if you look at the question, and I have it highlighted here, you need to identify what your independent or X variables are and your dependent or Y variables are. In this particular question, you just have to kind of read through it and figure that out. It basically tells you what the independent variable is, it's the number of cubic feet, but the dependent variable is not blatantly obvious. But anytime you're predicting anything in a regression analysis, that's going to be your dependent or Y variable. So in setting up your data, I always find it easy to do two things. I put in the letters, literally X and Y, so I know what my independent and dependent variables are. But I also reorganize it so I have on the furthest left side of the columns would be my independent variables, and then towards the right would be my dependent variables. Now the first thing you need to do is asking for a scatter plot. We can do this with Excel, just using graphing, or if you use phstat2, you can just check a box and you'll get it automatically as well. So to just do that graphically with Excel, we can just find our charts in various versions of Excel. You want a scatter chart. It looks like this little diagram with the bubbles and all that good stuff. So what you need to do is highlight your data first. You can see I already have one done here. And then click on the chart. We want to scatter, and there it is. Couple clicks, boom, it's done. The whole point of the scatter plot is really just kind of visually see how the data clusters, if you will, between the various coordinates of each combination of X and Y, your independent and dependent variables. Okay. To perform the regression, it's just as easy. And we'll use the data analysis tool pack for this. And we'll go to regression, we'll click OK. And again, this is where that designation of X and Y makes it really easy for you, because it's asking you where are your Y variables. Well, we know it's this column. Where are your X variables? Well, we know it's this column. Check the box for the labels. We'll put it in a new worksheet. And that's all we need for this particular problem. So you just click OK, and you'll get this nice output. What you need to pay attention to is the summary output. We look at our multiple R and R square, it's very high. Then we look at our intercept and slope. So when looking at these types of output, it's these two cells here that are most important, okay? And for answering the rest of the problem, it's this slope that's really going to give you the most information for predicting any other X value. So using the simple equation of Y equals B plus MX, you can use various letter combinations. That's just how I remember it. You can do the calculation very easily with syntax. I have it labeled up here, simply by using the cells in this particular information. So using the formula Y equals B plus MX, we can just say Y equals sign. We have our intercept, which is B, plus our slope times whatever value we plug in this particular example. It's 500. So we know that the predicted labor hours for 500 square feet is going to be 22.67. That's it. Oh, actually, let me just show you real quick. phstat, it's very easy. You can just go to regression, simple linear regression. It's the same concept. Plug in your Y variables, your X variables, and just check the box for everything, including the scatter plot. And in a future problem, we'll show you the Durbin-Watson. But that's it. It's just as easy. The only difference is you get the scatter plot instead of having to do it manually. That's it.